back. Today we have a really interesting recipe today. We have our handy dandy crock pot already set to high. We have our little veggies. And look at my little guest today, my baby Kane. Look at him. You're ready to eat some. He's so cute though. We're going to go ahead and oil our skillet. Get it nice and hot. And we're going to go ahead and put our little roast in there. So before we do that, let's go ahead and season our roast. I just mixed a bunch of seasonings together. Of course, as always, I will put them in the description box below. But we're just going to pour those seasonings on there, give it a nice little rub on all sides. And flip it over. Go ahead and get the back fat. Go ahead and get the side. Don't be afraid to use a little extra. And we're going to sear our roast just to lock in all these flavors from our seasonings and to give our little pot roast a little juiciness when we put it in the crock pot. So y'all, we're just going to sear for a few minutes on each side. And it should look something like this when you give it a flip. Just nice sear, not too much. And we're going to be adding just a couple tablespoons of that Kerrygold Garlic Herb butter. And you can just rub that around. And get that meat all up in that buttery goodness. And y'all, while that's finished searing, we're going to be adding our potatoes and some carrots. And just scoot that over to make room for your pot roast. Okay, y'all, our pot roast is nice and seared on each side. Look at it. So y'all, using that same skillet, we're going to be adding some chopped onions, celery, and bell pepper. And we're just going to let those sweat for a few minutes. We'll be adding a little bit of red cooking wine, maybe about a tablespoon. Look at my little booger popping up again. Trying to be nosy. Alright, y'all, after a few minutes, add in some beef broth. We're going to be adding in the whole carton. We're just going to let this simmer for a few minutes and let it get nice and bubbly. And after a few minutes, y'all, add it to your crock pot. Alright. And we're going to be adding 3 bouillon cubes, chicken bouillon cubes. And we're just going to be adding the rest of that Kerrygold Garlic Herb butter. You could also use regular butter, but we just put them in slices and we're just adding that to our crock pot. All right, y'all, and we'll see you in about 3 to 4 hours. Let me let y'all look inside before we turn up the heat. It's gonna be good, y'all. So while our pot roast is cooking, I'm gonna show y'all how I do my little yams in a can recipe. And this is gonna be super sweet, so I'm sorry for y'all that don't want too much sugar, but this is how I do my yams. So we just have 2 large cans of yams. We're just gonna mash them up. You just mash them to your desired liking. I like mine mashed. I like mashed potatoes. And we're going to be adding a 1/2 cup of brown sugar and a 1/2 cup of sugar. And pour that on up in there. We'll be adding a little bit of cinnamon, about a tablespoon. We're going to be adding about a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring, and about a 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. This is going to enhance our flavor for our yams. And we're just going to mix that all together very well. And it should look something like this. You can already see that brown sugar is caramelizing. And we'll be adding salted butter. You can use unsalted as well. Just adding about a stick. Just cut it up in slices and add that to your yams. Alright, y'all, we're going to be adding to the 350-degree oven for about 40 minutes. And we'll be back. And this is what it's looking like. It looks so good. Y'all, I forgot about the marshmallows. Luckily, I found some in the cabinet, but I only had a few left. So I used what I could use. But y'all, get y'all the big ones, the small ones. Add them on top just to be extra with your yams. And we'll be placing this back in the oven for about another 10 minutes just to let our marshmallows melt. And it should look something like this. Y'all, love some yams, some sweet potatoes. It's giving Thanksgiving. I can't wait. But it looks so good. Look at that marshmallows. Not s'mores. So y'all, let's get into our little jiffy corn muffin mix. We're just gonna be following directions on the box. Adding our mix, 1 egg, about 1/3 of a cup of milk. And I usually add a little bit of sugar, about a cup of sugar, just to make them extra sweet. And about 2 or 3 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm just gonna mix that together. And we'll be placing them in our little muffin tray, cupcake tray, whatever you want to call it. I have a few cupcake liners, and I'm going to be overfilling them just so that we'll have enough cornbread when we make our sliders with our pot roast. But normally I would just do 1 scoop, but we're adding a little extra to some of them. Alright, y'all, into our oven they go for about 25 minutes. And we're just adding about 1 tablespoon of melted butter. Making our little cornbread nice and glowy. And we're just going to be adding a little bit of honey on top. Y'all, everything is about the sweetness today. I don't know. I'm just in the mood for the sweetness. We're just adding some honey. Just give it that extra Y'all, look at this little close-up of our little jiffy cornbread. Look at our little cornbread. Y'all, these sliders, they just bomb. So we're going to take a little muffin, take you a knife, cut it in half, as if you're making you a sandwich. Don't worry if it falls apart, it's okay. And our pot roast is ready after about 4 hours. We're just adding that. And look at our little yams. They don't want to stick to our roast, but we're gonna make it because, honey, we gotta eat today. So just keep stacking and add your little top of your little cornbread. And as you can see, it's tearing apart. And we just add another one. But y'all, look at these pot roast yam sliders. Ooh, baby, you got your little potatoes and the carrots on the side. Ooh, y'all, this was so delicious. It's giving fat. And it's okay, because, you know, you only live once. Just eat, okay? But y'all, here's a close-up of our pot roast. Give y'all another look at our cornbread. And, of course, my favorite, the yams. But y'all, I really hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Y'all go eat these sliders. They're so good. Bye, y'all.